I want to ask you as the frustrated mother, because you are my sister. I want to ask you as the mother that has said, you know what, I hate him. I'm not dealing with it no more. I can't stand him. I wish I never had my child with him. I can't believe that's the one that has not come to grips with this is your reality now. The one that can't even stand to see him text or call. It's just like making your skin crawl. I want to ask you, because you are my sister, and that's how we rock and we roll. You know, we make sure that we sharpen each other. So I want to ask you, what are you sowing into the relationship to see a different outcome? And when we think sowing, it's always giving. I don't mean giving him money. I don't mean making sure he got gas. I don't mean buying him shoes for the club. I don't mean going and buying him a new piece for his car because he riding out. I don't mean any of those retarded, unnecessary, foolish things. What I mean is that making sure that it's a peaceful atmosphere. So when he brings the child home, do you come outside with water? And it's he's been riding across expressways and bridges. You never know. He may be thirsty. And at least offer something to drink. Do you pray for him? I know everybody's not going to pray. I get that. But I have never been able to pray for someone that I hated. As a matter of fact, I have learned to use that as a tactic for people who come against me to not be able to build up a hate for them. It's very awesome. And the more you pray for people, the more you will genuinely become concerned with them. So the hate just blocks itself out. So you don't have to worry about walking around with hate trying to pray for people for 10 days straight. It's not possible. You have to be a very selfish person. I'm sorry, sister. So I would say, do you pray for them? And consider this, that the power of life and death is in our tongue. So what do you speak about them? What do you speak about them? Could it be that you have spoken negative and now you're seeing your words come to pass? Now, I'm just asking the question. Please don't jump through this screen and beat me up, okay, y'all? I am just asking questions because I want to challenge your mind to make sure that we are growing as women as well. Because it's so unfair to just place the blame on them. It's so unfair to just look at them. In a minute, we're going to discuss something else, but I definitely want to make sure that we understand that we have to sow into them. And because we have to sow, it's because we definitely have to consider our roles, which is where I'm going. We have to consider our roles, acknowledge what we did. Consider the things that he showed us. Consider the things that we saw, and consider everything that we ignored. My own personal story. Y'all know I don't mind talking about me. It is what it is. I had a car, maybe my third or fourth one at this time. I had a house. I had an apartment. I had been in there for about a year and a half. But I had been on my own for a while. I had a job. I had been at UPS for about 5 years at this time. Dad did not have a car. He did not have a job. And he did not have a place. So when you think about it, in reality, it was just dumb. I mean, who was smart? It wasn't me. He was smart. He was smart. I was the one like Boo Boo the fool, run around just having a good time, Oh, that's my boo, that's my babe. And I looked up, honey, and I was pregnant, and he was gone. But can I be mad with him? No, and I tell you why. I have 3 awesome reasons, okay? My first reason is because he did show me who he was. I decided to ignore it. Now, that's number 1. I have to consider my role, acknowledge my role. 2, because I have a beautiful, beautiful daughter now. I mean, my daughter, Jakayla Grant, aka Michelle Gabrielle, she is a rock star. I mean, like, it's amazing the way God has, attached us and blessed us to have such an awesome relationship. But it's been super dope. And then my last reason is because I've learned. I mean, I've learned a lot, and I've learned, and it's just awesome, so I've not only been able to help myself sustain, but I've been able to help other women along the way. So I have learned a lot, and that is absolutely okay. Like, I take all that positive and I use that to fuel me. I drop all that negative weight, and I say, everything that is not true, everything that is fake news. Sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to really get in our head and counteract all those negative thoughts. That's not true. That's fake news. That's only half the truth. That really didn't happen. But this came out of this. We have to be so positive that the negative gets eaten up, So I think that the mother that actually says that she hates him, the father of her child, and accepts that and admits it and leaves it there, I think that somehow, I've seen it happen, somehow everything that you hate in him goes into your child and it's amplified. Like, that thing you hate about him, it amplifies in your child. That same characteristic. Like, he may walk just like him. Like, oh, I hate the way you walk. What is that? It's like, what? But this is not for us to build a hate towards our child, but it's to show us how what real love is, because we will love our children through all those same characteristics. And when they do something crazy, it's like, oh, I can't stand you, but that's my baby. Oh, oh, no, that mama baby, that's mama baby. And we'll love them through that, but we'll look at that man and treat him like he's the scum of the earth for having the exact same characteristic. So in reality, what you hate about him, if you accept that, it's going to be in your child. This is my personal belief. It'll be in your child, and it's going to be amplified to the max. So it is so good, my sister, to go ahead and make peace with that thing that you can't stand about him. If it is the fact that he fooled you, hey, it happens to the best of us. Come on, let's hug. Let's hug it out. Let's hug it out, sister, but we got to move on. We have to move on. We cannot sit there. We can talk about it. We can cry about it if you need to. But we cannot allow bitterness and anger to turn into hate and have us sitting in a room bitter for the rest of our life because of one hiccup. We have got to drop this thing right where it is, pick up all the positive, and take off running. You have a beautiful child that's looking up to you, whether you have a child or children. You could have 15 of them right now, sister. They are looking up to you. So it's unfair of us to be that way and then expect him to actually come into our atmosphere peacefully as well. So we need to make sure that we create that atmosphere that he will respect and that he can come in peacefully. So yeah, if you would like to be in on what we do over at the Elevation Motherhood Center, you can always follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is The Elevation Motherhood Center, or you could simply send us an email at tmhcjax@gmail.com. Again, that is the MH Motherhood C Center Jax JAX @gmail.com. My name is Shan Grant, and it's better to find me on there because my real name is Shankula Unique Grant, and you probably need me to say it again already, so it's okay. You can just find me and the rest of our team on the Elevation Motherhood Center page on Facebook. So I hope that I've said something that will bless you ladies. I really wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and crank the truck up now and go to the house because it is that time for me. So you ladies have an awesome day. You guys be beautiful, be fierce, and do not forget to be awesome mothers. Love you later.